Hello everyone, this is Mumbo and welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft server. It's episode 26 and today I want to start things off by showing you this. Check it out, the ink farm has been absolutely smashing on while we've been doing all of the pathways and things, and it just seems to be producing tons upon tons of ink sacks, which is fantastic because, as I say, we need those for dark Prismarine, which means that we can start using that for decoration. But aside from that, I just want to mention something that's got me very, very excited because this morning I've been messing around with a new toy. Black Magic have given me a Black Magic Ursa Mini Pro camcorder for the next 2 weeks, and this thing is completely ridiculous. I'm dead into my camera equipment, you guys know that, and this thing has got 4.6K raw video, lossless raw video, which means that you have completely uncompressed video files that you can edit certain parameters in post without affecting the quality. And the thing that makes me laugh about this, someone that's never used RAW before, I've got two CFast cards that are 256 gigabytes in size, which is pretty big. 256 gigabytes, you think to myself, you know, I could get a decent amount of recording done there. It will record for 8 minutes, and then it fills them up. That is how big these file sizes are, which is absolutely awesome. I absolutely love it, and it's been so much fun to shoot with, and I'm going to be messing around with that over the next couple of days. So expect many posts on Twitter, Instagram, and of course the vlogging channel as well. But anyway, plan number 1 for today's Hermitcraft episode is Nether portal rooms. We were going to do this in the previous episode, but as you know, the whole clearing out thing took absolutely ages. But we are going to be moving the Nether portal from here off into this area right here, and it is going to be looking lovely. And I've been thinking, I was originally just going to do it like a completely flat room in this area, but that would look a little bit rubbish. I kind of want to make it like multi-story and drop it down by a few blocks so you have a nice big open space. Yeah. So the first thing I'm doing once again is I'm placing in all of the glass borders. Now you can see I've actually done a decent quantity of it already. It just makes its way around the outside of the triangle. So originally I was going to just do the inside of the triangle, but I don't know, I just didn't think that was going to look too good. So we've got this layer right here. This isn't going to have a floor, this is just decorative. And then we're going to have another layer, and this level is where the floor is going to go. Now, I just hope that it looks kind of cool from inside here. And to be honest with you, yeah, I'd say that's getting off to a pretty good start. I would say that's getting off to a pretty good start. Okay, this is a really solid start. We've got a cool looking room in this area right here, but as far as the actual roof is concerned, I don't know when to start it. I don't know if I want to start it on these blocks right here, which actually seems like quite a good starting point, to be honest with you, or if I want to start it down at the bottom here. But no, I'm thinking this one. I think it will look much cooler to be able to see up through into this big kind of like, almost like a theatre. Well, the sounds of things, the Guardian farm is also doing incredibly well, which is always nice to hear, but there's also some slime out here. We seem to have a slime chunk. Well, obviously we have a slime chunk. I mean, look at the size of this place. Maybe that could be a project to work on in the future. And this should be just about it. Last few blocks going in there. And there we go. So this is the Nether portal room. We've got the roof up at the top that you can't really see at all, to be honest with you. But the blue glass is right there. And then across the sides, we've got all of the light blue glass. And then down on the floor, we've just got Prismarine bricks. Now, I am going to be doing something exciting with this floor. Haven't really worked it out yet. But it's not just going to stay this one single block. But I like the shape of this room. I'm really liking the shapes that are being created by this base. Massive thank you to the person that sent me this design on Twitter. Because, seriously, if they hadn't sent this just awesome, crazy, wavy design that we're using for the pathway, I would have literally just stuck with the boring diamond that we had originally, and none of this would be happening. It's funny how these things work out, isn't it? Anyway, we have now got to grab ourselves the sponges, and we have got a lot of water clearing to do. I don't even know how I'm going to do this bit. Have I just spotted something? What on earth is going on over there? Well, this looks like quite something. I'm assuming this is Joe Hills that is building this. I'm excited to see what pops up here. It's just kind of on the horizon from my base. That's really cool. Part 1 of the sponging process has been completed. Now, I have no clue if you guys can see into there, but we have got 3 layers of stone segmenting this thing up. So we've got layer number 1 up there, then this is layer number 2, and then down at the bottom here, we've also got layer number 3. And all of them have been completely blocked off using stone because everyone knows the most important part of the sponging process isn't necessarily placing the sponges, it's creating segments and areas for you to place in the sponges so that they can actually clear out water. Because as I learned the other day, if you don't do that, you're just going to be placing sponges and then the water's just going to surround them again. It's a futile exercise. I tried it for probably about 5 or 6 minutes the other day when I was clearing out the walkways, and in the end I just gave up, admitted defeat, and started making little rooms to clear out. And I think that's the way that I'm going to do this big area too. Now with these final few sponges, that should be all of the water removed from the first 2 layers. So we have knocked out the first layer, and then this is the second layer right here, which means that we're probably just over halfway done when it comes to clearing this place out. We still have to remove all of the blocks. All of these blocks need to go, and also this entire layer right here needs to be punched out. But already, this room is looking grand. It is looking very, very grand indeed. And I'm really glad that we chose to put the water level right at the very top. It looks great. It looks seriously, seriously cool. This is going to be like a proper nether portal room. One thing that I kind of hadn't thought of is the fact that this area here is probably the only unlit area in the local place. We've lit up all of the caves, which means that this thing is permanently filled with mobs. And that, my friends, is that. We have got ourselves a pretty large room right here, which is going to be the first room that you see when you come into my base from the nether. So this is going to be like the entrance room, which means it's pretty important, and it looks awesome! Oh, how good does that look? I'm sorry for blowing my own trumpet a little bit here. Okay, I really am. But I'm really, really happy with that. Considering this was kind of like an unplanned thing, and you know that I'm not particularly brilliant on my unplanned stuff, the way that this creates a shape is brilliant. Sweet. Okay, what an awesome start that is. Right, we have got to light up this place because it is currently very dark, and I've just realised I have no torches or sea lanterns or anything, so the next time I come in here, it is going to be 100% filled with mobs, but we have got a few bits to do. Now, I've just realised that this thing is here. I have no clue how long it's been here, but we actually have a message from Mr. B00 saying, "Dear Mumbo, wow, didn't we have an awesome time the other day? Just reminiscing about old times and having some laughs. It's so cool how we became best friends so quickly." Anyway, I really appreciate the gift of all the redstone stuff, but I think it will be better off in your hands. One time, a TNT just went off right in my hand. So please take this and make the world a better place. P.S. I'll be making the switch to Sony equipment soon. Yeah, that's a good choice, by the way. The Sony stuff, I use Sony equipment. I absolutely love it. It's amazing. That being said, I mean, I might be converted over to Black Magic now, so we'll have to wait and see on that one. But no, that is a very good choice. And thank you ever so much for dropping around my redstone shulker box, because I had not realised how much stuff was actually in here. Thank you for giving that back. You could have very easily stolen that, but there's a lot of good bits in there. What? Oh, for goodness sake, I hate creepers in Minecraft. Oh my word. I mean, what does one even do in this situation? Wow, we've actually got like a full-blown mob spawner here. As long as they stay in the water, they won't do too much damage. He's out of the water! Oh my gosh, right, okay, they're fighting each other. Okay, now they're not. Oh my word, thank goodness. I'm not wearing the elytra right now. I'm really getting blown over by these skeletons. Man, that was probably one of the highest concentrations of mobs I've ever seen. Look at me. Oh, my armor has taken such a massive beating. But now that we have some light sources in place, this thing is looking really, really good. I'm really glad that we decided to leave this water in place so that you still have like a hint of the ocean, and then you can just kind of peer on through and see the room underneath. It's almost a shame that we're probably not going to be on top very much. Now obviously one of the most important things for a nether portal room is of course the nether portal itself. Now this is going to be decently big, so I thought I'd pop into the end and actually start taking out one of these obsidian pillars. I'm obviously not going to take out the entire thing, but it just seems simpler than trying to find a cave and then always losing the obsidian in the lava and stuff like that. Now I'm going to be totally honest, I am really struggling when it comes to the decoration of this place. So we've got all the quartz going around the outside, we have the nether portal right there, and I just wanted to create like a nice walkway going through into where the base is going to be going, but I just can't do it. Okay, things are improving, things are definitely improving, taller nether portal, things going up around it, got rid of all the ugly sea lanterns and we now have this nice looking walkway. That's good. I'm thinking fountains on either side, or maybe statues. Oh, statues would be pretty cool. Now, I kind of gave up on the idea of statues. I messed around with it in my redstone testing world for a while. I was going to build like guardian statues and things like that, and they just weren't looking particularly very good. So instead, I opted for these guys right here. And yeah, that looks good. That looks really, really cool. I think that's the little bit of detail that this room needed. That looks cool. That looks really, really good. Okay, so that's fantastic. That's all done. Now we just need to do the tunnel into the actual base, and then we can move on from this little project right here. Oh no, what have I done here? Oh gosh. I seem to have created a never-ending and always expanding area of water. I don't seem to be able to get rid of... I think this technique's going to work. Oh, I got really scared then. Now this may well be one of the most deadly nether bridges I think I've created, but this should hopefully be the new nether portal location. So you can see I've put some barriers up, but we have been blown up by a few ghasts here and there. But let's give this a go. Now this is always very nerve-wracking. I do have the portal lit on the other side. Let's just quickly check. 149 by minus 156. Yes! Okay, we are in. As you can see, I've made a little bit more progress on the inside here. I've added in this actual tunnel section. I also cleared that out with the sponges and messed around with the water for quite some time to actually make it kind of drop down like this so that you can't really tell that this thing is actually back there. It's like a hidden entrance type thing, which, may I just say, looks really, really cool up here. I was a little bit worried when I was making it, and I am still considering going right the way down to the ocean floor. That could happen at some point, and then do the same thing on the other side. But for the time being, yeah, really, really happy with this. But if you pop through into here, wow, that looks amazing, doesn't it? It is so grand. And being able to see all of this stuff going on around the outsides, just subtly, is lovely. But let's try this again. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. And... okay. Good. Right, we've got a fully linked up nether portal. Speaking of the nether, I think it's about time that we crack on with the next plan in today's Hermitcraft episode. It's a good one. Step number 1 is to actually replenish my sword, because right now it's looking a little bit rough around the edges. So let's just quickly chuck that in there, and boom. So we still have looting 3. That's the most important thing, because we are going to do some wither skull hunting again. Yep, I want to get more beacons in the base. I'd really like to have 8 beacons, and Tango and Impulse have been working very hard, and they've created something completely bonkers. By the look of things, I've actually got myself a guided tour from the creator himself, which is extremely handy, because I totally wouldn't have been able to find this. I would have gone down that boat path and just disappeared into the distance. Whoa, okay. This thing looks totally manic. Wow. So this is it. Jeez, man. This thing's enormous. So there's the on-off switch, and that's what's going to be controlling this whole thing. Blimey. Okay, I'm excited to use it. Now, I'm going to be honest, my frame rate seems to be suffering pretty heavily from this, but as you can see, this thing is totally ridiculous. I mean, there are permanently wither skeletons here. They're all being pushed in. This thing is totally bonkers. I mean, my frame rate, I'm getting like a full-on slideshow here. But, oh, I feel like we're going to get a lot of wither skulls here. I just, you know, I know it. We're going to get tons. I think it's time for a 1 hour wither skeleton killing session. Let me know down in the comment section how many skulls you think I'm going to get. I'll catch you in a little bit. So in today's Timelapse chat, I want to give you guys a bit of a Campervan update, because for those of you who follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and especially on the filming channel, you will have seen the Campervan popping up here and there. You know, it's in pretty much every single one of the films. It's in a lot of my Instagram posts. My Instagram has gone very blue lately, and also on Twitter, I always post pictures of it and things like that. But as far as Hermitcraft is concerned, obviously I mentioned that I wanted one, I mentioned that I bought one, and then I kind of just didn't mention it ever again. It was just a kind of blip that's now disappeared, and I thought I'd update you on the situation. So, number one, I still absolutely love that thing. I was a little bit worried when I first got it that this was going to be like a flash in the pan type thing. I've always wanted one. I've always wanted one ever since I was a kid. I just absolutely loved them from a very young age. But I was a little bit worried about the practicality and how much I would actually enjoy having it as a thing. You know, they say never meet your heroes. It was one of those sorts of situations of, is this actually going to really frustrate me? Is it going to be super, super annoying? And is it going to ruin my love for campervans? But I can happily say that is not the case. I am still absolutely in love with it. And that is despite the fact that it currently has a few problems. And number one is that the stereo doesn't work anymore. It's completely stopped working. I switched out the entire stereo unit, and that still hasn't worked. So I think we've got a bit of an electrical fault there, which is a bit of a pain in the backside. It's also got a minor fuel leak, which is very scary because obviously fuel leaks lead to fires. So I haven't been driving it lately because of that. And it's only a fuel leak when the tank is full, and it's just a hose right at the very top of the system that needs to be swapped out. That's no big deal. It needs a service. They need servicing every 3,000 miles, so I'm going to be doing that. I need to do an oil change and also just check all the spark plugs and things. And there's something else that is currently wrong with it as well. Oh yeah, the starter motor. The starter motor doesn't really, it's a little bit temperamental. So all of those things are happening. That's kind of the update on the health of the campervan. But other than that, it's going fantastically, and I'm still in love with it. I've done about 2,500 miles in it already, taking it all over England. So if you do see me out and about in it, just give me a wave, because, you know, I'll of course wave back. And that, my friends, is that. We should have another wither skeleton skull there, which means that we have got enough wither skeleton skulls to make 7 beacons. 7 beacons! And look how many, I can't help myself here. Just quickly go through all these guys, try my best to get another few with us. I kind of don't want to get any because that would mean that I have to get another 2. I think by the look of things, they didn't drop any. Right. I'm going to leave this place before I start going again, because otherwise I'll be here all day long. But that is pretty good, isn't it? Enough to make 7 beacons. I don't have enough iron to do that. Oh dear. There's a torch track going that way, a torch track going that way, and a torch track going this way. I'm gonna ask Impulse a message. I made it! I made it back to the Nether portal! Yes! Let's make our way back to the base. Now I'm going to attempt something that I was meant to do in the previous episode of Hermitcraft, and that is actually get myself some Prismarine. Right now we're running really, really low on the stuff. I don't know what happened last time, but our AFK session got cut short, so hopefully that doesn't happen with this one. I'm just gonna chill out here for like the next couple days. In fact, no, just one night. Oh no, this doesn't look particularly good, does it? It looks like we were kicked from the server, potentially due to my... Oh, wow. I don't fully understand why they're there. Are they all ones that have survived? I mean, that seems like quite a bit. I had my sound off because obviously I don't want to be hearing these guys all day long. Okay, it looks like there was quite a few there. Right, okay, let's take a look. Alright, okay. Oh, that's good. That is very, very good. Alright, by the look of things... Hold up a second. How have I not noticed this? I only put half the hoppers in. Oh, what on earth? Oh, and by the look of things, multiple mobs have spawned on the only spawnable spots in this world. Did you see how many there were on there? Wow, okay, that's crazy, isn't it? All of these things will have negatively affected the spawn rates, though, which is a bit of a shame. But, no, I think maybe I should probably... Yeah, I should probably do something about the hopper situation. I can't believe that. And that should just about do it. So we now have a completed hopper wall. I can't believe... How long have we had this storage system? We've had it for a number of episodes now. I can't actually believe that I have managed to miss out on those hoppers. And this place is still fairly lethal. There's still some creepers dotted around, so we'll probably have to do some extra lighting at some point. But obviously, we are going to be working on the storage system soon, which is extremely, extremely exciting. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you have enjoyed this episode on the Hermitcraft server. We got a ton of stuff done. I'm really, really happy with our progress. And one thing that I just really want to mention very quickly at the end right here is that A, I've got arrows in my head. It hurts quite a bit, one right in my ear. But B, the Mumbo Spoon bundle is very limited now. Okay, we only have 2 days left to go for you guys to buy this. Saturday and Sunday, then it is going off the store. It is gone. It is gone forever. You won't be able to get the Mumbo bundle where you save the money and also get the signed poster. I know I've been banging on about this quite a lot, but it's something that I don't want you guys to miss. I've seen people saying, oh, I'm kind of waiting, I'm humming and hawing. You've only got 2 days to decide. Okay, so that hopefully covers anything. And as I'm sure you can tell, I just lost the ability to speak. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please sure to hit that like button. And if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later. Oh, and as always, check out the filming channel. Link will be on the end screen. Just click that away.